Forms are an essential part of any web application, and handling them correctly is crucial for a good user experience. React provides various ways to handle forms, but in this tutorial, we'll focus on using functional components and the built-in useState and useEffect hooks to handle form data. We'll start by creating a basic form component and then look at how to handle user input, manage state, and submit the form data to the server. We'll use the useState hook to manage the state of the form fields. In the code, we first initialize the state of the form fields using the useState hook. We define a form data object with 3 properties: username, email, and password. We then define a handle input change function that is called every time the user types something into one of the input fields. The function uses destructuring to extract the name and value properties from the input element and updates the form data object using the spread operator. Finally, we define a handle submit function that is called when the user clicks the submit button. The function prevents the default form submission behavior and logs the form data object to the console. In the return statement, we define the form element and pass the handle submit function as the submit handler. We also define 3 input fields, 1 for each property in the form data object. We pass the value in on change props to each input field to bind them to the state of the form fields. Finally, let's look at how to submit the form data to the server using the Fetch API. We'll add some logic to the handle submit function to send a post request to the server with the form data. In the code, we first check if the form fields are valid. If they are, we use the Fetch API to send a post request to the server. We pass in the URL of the API endpoint, the HTTP method, and the form data as a JSON string in the request body. We also set the content type header to application, JSON, to indicate that we are sending JSON data to the server. After sending the request, we await the response and parse the JSON data using the JSON method. We then log the response data to the console. In this tutorial, we learned how to handle forms in React using functional components and the useState and useEffect hooks. We saw how to manage form data, validate input, and submit the form data to the server using the Fetch API. Handling forms can be challenging, but by following the best practices outlined in this tutorial, you can create robust and user-friendly forms that enhance your application's user experience. Please like and subscribe for more JavaScript and React content.